Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to part 2 of episode 18 of Let's Try Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2025. I say part 2 because part 1 today, if you watched that 30-minute video that's also on my channel here, it was the preparation for the game. And then this episode will be part 2, which is the actual game. So settle on in, guys. We're going to get into probably an hour and a half of awesome hoops action, hoping for an upset against High Point as they are the better team overall. But we are going to try to upset them like we did Louisiana State. Wouldn't be a huge upset, but it would be a bit of an upset because, like I said, they are the better team. They're 1-1, which we saw in the game prep episode. We had to suspend Curtis Muhammad. If you didn't see that, that's pretty exciting. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We simmed a few days, and now we're ready to go to North Carolina and play High Point. Let's go. Number 11, West Lafayette over Vermont. Number 22, South Bend over 12, Houston. West Georgia over Cal Irvine. DeLand over Tennessee State. Evansville over Florida Gulf Coast. Jacksonville loses to Louisiana Monroe. Pittsburgh Christian over Kennesaw State. North Florida over Rhode Island. Eastern Washington over Hamilton, Central Arkansas over Idaho, Western Kentucky over Idaho State, Montana over Manhattan, Montana State over Emmitsburg, Seattle over Northern Arizona, Sacramento State over Southeast Missouri State, Florida A&M over Weber State, Tulsa over Lynchburg, number 4 Kansas over Utah State, Kansas State over Fresno State, Oklahoma State over Air Force, Texas Christian over Northern Kentucky, Florida International over Louisville, Louisiana State over Middle Tennessee, Lawrenceville over Bowling Green, Lamar over Lewiston, Poughkeepsie loses to North Chicago, South Carolina over Morgan State, Norfolk State over Missouri State, North Carolina Central over Eastern Kentucky, North Eaton over North DC, South Carolina State over North Baltimore, Stockton over Brooklyn, who will be playing later, DeWitt over San Diego, Central Connecticut State over Texas A&M Commerce, North Fairfield over Central Florida, Staten Island over Cal State Bakersfield, New Orleans over Teaneck, Texas A&M over Clarksville, Bethlehem over Southern Indiana, Arkansas Little Rock over Lewisburg, Navy over South Alabama, Southeast Houston over Grambling, number 13 Spokane over St. George, and we're missing a player in our sub-matrix. All right, that's okay. That's Curtis Muhammad. We'll figure that out as we go. Let's go. Invalid roster. Oh, we have an invalid roster? Huh, so I think one of these buttons is the depth chart. Which one is it? I know we're missing Curtis Muhammad. Oh, we don't have minutes assigned. Looks like Javon Mitchell's going to have to play them. And then Waylon George is going to have to play them. And then in garbage time, in overtime, we have Waylon George, Charles Lake. No. Overtime, we went Tron Duplessis. Not Tim Jones. We went Nick O'Connor at the center. Probably Robert White at the power forward. And at small forward, Charles Lake. And at point guard, Javon Mitchell. So we have Mitchell, Lake, Duplessis, White, and O'Connor in there. And then in garbage time, our center will be Stephen Favors. Small forward, Dougie Price. Point guard, we're going to have B. Joel Boone. Shooting guard, I guess Waylon George. And power forward, Ivan Carroll. Yeah, Brandon Freeman. Let's play him at the power forward in garbage time. Could even get him some minutes. They're not assigned, but we might get him some minutes. But anyway, looking good. Let's store it. And we're good to go now. And let's get into the game, guys. We're away in North Carolina at High Point Hall. Let's go. You know how it goes. We have to watch out. Will Reck, they have the advantage at that position. Ryan Granville as well, averaging 14, 16.5 for Antonio Crawford. Robert White's going to have to try to lock him up. See how it goes. Okay, so our offense, we want to start out. We'll start out running flex with a pretty good pace. A little bit of freedom. We're going to look for threes. Defense, we're going to start out man-to-man and full court man, but we're not going to play a ton of full court man, just right off the bat, a little bit. Defensive intensity, a little bit. And defensive crash boards, we'll turn that up one as well. Matchups, Robert White guarding Antonio Crawford. Maybe Will Reek should be Nick O'Connor, and James Dawson will be Tim Jones. Antonio Crawford, Robert White. That looks pretty good. Charles Lake on Granville. All right, let's roll. Throw the tip up, and here we go. That's us bringing the ball out. Tim Jones out jumps Will Reek. And a miss by Jerron Duplessis. Misses the three-point shot. Starting out in Crawford attacking the rim and puts it in. The jump shot. Here comes Lake. They don't press. Robert White with the ball. Jones with the ball. Jones puts up a shot. Missed. Will Reek with the rebound. Riek. I like our aggressiveness early, though. Miss. Nick O'Connor with the board. That's good to see. Outlet to Charles Lake. To Nick. Foul. Oh, clangs off the rim, but Nick will shoot too. Good. I like the aggressiveness. Very good. And we'll actually use our free throw, our timeouts properly this game. Hopefully. Missed a second. Got to watch Crawford. Dawson with the ball from way out. Ryan Granville, he's dangerous. Michael Fortson. Pass taken by Riek. To Granville. Good defense. Granville shoots and hits a three. Down 5-1. They're in a 2-3 zone. Referee warns Robert White. O'Connor with the patch. Jerron Duplessis. To Nick. Nick is fouled and the shot rattles out again. Nick is fouled again and goes to the line. I like it. Oh, he missed the first. He's 1 of 3 from the line now. And Charles Lake arguing with the ref a little bit. We're going to work the ref in a second here because of to help our guys out. Down 5-2, but we're off to a spiffy start. Not too bad. Michael Fortson. Fortson grabs the board. Brick. Jones comes away with the board. And we're running. Charles Lake. Jerron Duplessis. Jones with the ball. Back to Lake. Lake lets one go. Misses. Tim Jones offensive board off the mark. Gonna work the ref. He warned us. Dawson with the ball. Lets one go, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by the defense. Okay. So far, so good. Only down 3. They have 2 fouls, which is good. Crawford works the defense with some nice ball handling, gets to the rim, gets his own offensive rebound, and puts it down. Soft off the square. Down 7-2. White with the ball. Like to see Nick get some more touches. We're running the flex into Jones. There's O'Connor. Trying Duplessis. Duplessis, pass for Charles Lake, deflected out of bounds. Okay, I'm happy. Charles Lake, White with the ball, ignores Duplessis. White shot, rattles out. Nick Riek with the outlet pass. And here they come. He goes to the rim. O'Connor with the board. Charles Lake. White with the ball. Pass is stepped on by the defender. Kicked ball. I'm going to call a 30-second timeout. All right. Motivate the entire team. Praise them. Oh, the players appreciated the praise. We're going to run a three-pointer with Charles Lake getting the ball to Jerron Duplessis. No, I'm going to run a pick and roll with Charles Lake getting the ball to Nick O'Connor. Let's call that set play and run it. Comes Charles Lake. Ooh, foul on Ryan Granville. Good stuff. Nick O'Connor. Okay. See if we run that play again. Pass taken by White. Okay. Lake with the ball. Nick O'Connor. Back to Lake. Lake looking to take his man to the basket and drains the bucket. Nice 20-foot jumper. Ryan Granville advances past midcourt. Fortson gets the pass. Fortson trying to go to the hole and scores it with the jump shot. Ryan Granville assists. Here comes Charles Lake. Tim Jones. Jones is going to attack the rim and puts it up and in. Charles Lake with the assist. Down by 3. Pass taken by Crawford. They're in motion. Dawson with the ball. I'd like to learn motion. Maybe next year. Fortson again. Looking to take Duplessis, and Lake grabs the board. And we're off and running. Robert White. To Nick O'Connor. Lake with the ball. White with the ball. Passes back to Nick. Foul. James Dawson, that's his second foul. Very good. We're going to be in the penalty soon. Where they're going to be. Let's see. It's a timeout. TV timeout, I think. Let's motivate the team. Entire team praise. Nice. They appreciate the praise. We're going to run a pick and roll. No. An isolation. Charles Lake getting the ball to Nick O'Connor. We'll call that set play. And run it. Charles Lake gets the ball to Nick. They're in a... Nick O'Connor takes a shot. Missed. Will Riek gets the ball. Emmanuel Jarrett blocked Nick O'Connor there. Ryan Granville. Foul. And he wishes he could have it back, but he's going to shoot too. All right, let's look into making subs. Let's get Nick at the center position. White at the power forward. And let's bring in... Let's go with a small lineup. Let's bring in Javon Mitchell, move Lake to the 3, and run a Princeton offense with a little more freedom and still look for threes. Defense, man-to-man. Cool. He's going to shoot 2. It's the first. We're down 4. Granville already with 5 points. We're down 11-6, but I like our intensity early. You know, we're snappy. We're taking shots. Granville gets his second foul. That's huge. That is huge. He has to be subbed out with 14 minutes left in the first half. That is huge. Wow. We have a chance here. Jerron Duplessis because of that. Pass taken by O'Connor. Duplessis. They're in a 2-3 zone. Duplessis for 3. Buries it from behind the arc. Nice shot. Sean Alford. Passes to Will Riek. Guarded by Nick O'Connor. Foul. White. First one on him. We're going to roll with these guys. If it's working, I roll with it. Alfred's pass was stolen by Duplessis. And he's off and running. Javon Mitchell. Duplessis again. Nick O'Connor gets the ball there in a 2-3 zone. Jerron Duplessis. Charles Lake. Looked like he was open, but you can't always. Lake works the defense with nice ball handling and scores. We're tied up. I love it. That's a little bit of that offensive freedom. There's Fortson. O'Connor with the board. He's off to a hot start. Defensively and rebounding. Nick O'Connor. Oh, Michael Fortson picks off the bad pass. Defensive foul. Number 2 on Robert White. Misses the easy score, but he's going to shoot 2. Robert White needs to come out. That's okay. We got Ivan Carroll to check in. He's shooting 2. We're still going to run the Princeton. And let's go, guys. I like how it feels early on. Ivan Carroll with the ball. To Lake. Mitchell with the ball. Back to Lake. Javon Mitchell. Good, we give a touch to Nick. And another foul. I love it. Number 1 on Jarrett. Wiguchi, I think. Could bring in Waylon George, but Lake is playing well, so we'll leave Lake out there. Passed into Mitchell. Duplessis. Puts up a shot and buries the J. 5 points for Duplessis, and we're tied at 13. Michael Fortson. Crawford shoots, misses, gets his offensive rebound. Alfred with the ball. Sean Alfred misses. O'Connor another rebound. Out to Mitchell. Ivan Carroll inside. Back to Lake. We could take the lead here. Foul. Will Riek, another starter. Their starting center has 2. And they're in the bonus. Or we're in the bonus. Shooting 1-1. Nice. Charles Lake doing his thing. All right. Very good. Let's turn the full court down a teeny. Well, keep it there. All right. Very good. Let's go, son. Michael Fortson. To Jarrett. We're up to our first lead of the game, I think. Antonio Crawford. For 3, no good. Emmanuel Jarrett, the offensive board. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the offense and a timeout taken by, well, it's a TV timeout. Okay, so honestly, guys, I don't really want to make too many changes. I think we're playing good. Motivate the team. Entire team is praised. Players not responding to that. Let's get a pick and roll with Javon Mitchell and Nick O'Connor. So here comes Javon Mitchell. Mitchell with a nice crossover. Shot rattles out. Bobby Delord with the rebound, but they had to take Will Riek out as well. Delord with the ball. That's taken by Hogan. Sean Alford to Jarrett. Good defense. Deion Thomas. Foul on Carroll, and the shot bounces away. It's Carroll's first foul. He's shooting 2. He can tie it up here. Let's see. Duplessis. Let's get Duplessis out. Get Waylon George in there. And leave it how it is. And he nails the second to tie it up. Tied at 15 in the first half. 11 minutes remaining. Waylon George with the ball. Let's see if he can add a spark. Foul on DeLorde. So, shooting 1-on-1. Waylon George nails the first. Maybe get him off to a good start. And nails the second. Nice. Low full court pressure. Alfred at the top of the key. DeLorde. Lets the 3 go. Another offensive board. Put back, no good, but they're shooting 2. All right, guys, we got to defensively crash the boards a little bit. Also, I want to play with more defensive intensity because they have their bench players out there like. Okay, missed the first. Sinks the second, and we're up 1. Javon Mitchell. Foul on Alford. So Mitchell will shoot 2. Wow. All right. Let's go, son. Oh, he missed the first. It wasn't 2. It was 1-on-1, right? Jarrett puts up a shot. It's off. Another offensive rebound. Deion Thomas guarded by Carroll. Getting ready to make his move off the dribble. Dead ball. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. We are getting killed rebounds right now. 11-6. Let's get, let's try to stifle that by getting Stephen Favors out there somehow, but let's see, Ivan Carroll, Tim Jones. Maybe even bringing Tim Jones back in for Lake and moving Nick O'Connor to the 3. Let's try that. It's a lineup we haven't used much. Nick goes to the 3. I mean, he's tired and all, of course, but he's going to get a break shortly. Momentum is high points right now. Deion Thomas. Sean Alford. They're playing with mostly their bench. And their bench is playing well. Thomas with the ball makes a move off the dribble. Gets his own offensive rebound. Flushes it down with a huge dunk, and they're up 1. We cannot grab boards right now. Waylon George. They're in a 2-3 zone. Tim Jones. Getting ready to make a move off the dribble. Puts up a shot and nails it. Tim Jones has 4 points. Let's go with 2 rebounds. We're up 1. 3-pointer on the way. Waylon George grabs the board. That's good. Our guards get into the rebounding action. Waylon George with the ball. Mitchell, let's see if they can start heating up a little bit. Mitchell puts up a shot. No good. Thomas with the board. I like the aggressiveness, though. Hogan with the ball. Jarrett catches a pass. Offensively, defensive foul on Jones. Let's get Nick O'Connor a break by bringing in... I'm going to bring Duplessis back in. And put him at the shooting guard and George at the point guard. Or no, wait. Javon Mitchell at point guard, shooting guard. Waylon George a small forward. It's a small lineup, but we have Tim Jones out there. Should be okay. And offensively, let's run 5 out. Try it. We're up 1. Alfred shoots, rattles out. Another offensive rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds by the defense. Guys, we got a rebound. And is it a timeout? No. Right? Jarrett with the ball. I mean, they're not shooting a good percentage. They're 20% from the field, but they're out rebounding us 16-8. That's what's keeping them in the game. Jones with the second foul. So Jones has to sit. We'll bring in Steven Favors, and Carroll has 2 fouls as well. Let's bring in Robert White. Try this lineup. Manuel Jarrett misses the first. Misses the second, and we get the rebound. Jerron Duplessis grab the board. Duplessis back on offense. Waylon George. Pass taken by Mitchell. Robert White. Duplessis on the block. Pass taken by George. George shoots and Fortson gets the board. We're clinging to a 1-point lead. Crawford lets one go. Javon Mitchell with the rebound. That's good. Triples it up. Duplessis receives the pass. Pass taken by Mitchell. Duplessis at the top of the key. Waylon George gets a pass. Pass taken by Favors, his first touch. Javon Mitchell. Foul. Alfred commits a foul. It's a second on him. Nice. So we're shooting 2 now, which is cool. Javon Mitchell misses, though. Gotta hit our free throws, guys. Makes the second, and we're up 2. All right, let's go. Keep it moving. Robert White intercepts the pass for the steal. Gets it to Javon Mitchell. On the near side, Jerron Duplessis on the far side. Shoots a 3. Barely hit the rim there. Crawford gets the pass. Manuel Jarrett. He likes to shoot. So does Fortson. I mean, this is their bench. Yep, Fortson scores. How do you get that one to fall, they say. Manuel Jarrett assists. Waylon George. So this is their bench playing, and they're keeping them in it. We haven't been able to kind of extend any lead. Jarrett with the foul. So Jerron Duplessis will shoot 2. I'm going to stick with this unit. Duplessis makes the first. And he knocks down the second. Cool. Let's go. Offensive or defensive full court man-to-man. Fortson brings it over. Antonio Crawford. Gotta watch him. He's a big... Crawford shows some fancy dribbling. Goes to the rim. And his shot is good. High point. Referee warns the high point coach. Steven Favors gets a pass. Puts up a shot. I'm going to work the ref. Refs are kind of keeping us in it. Antonio Crawford. Fortson can't handle the pass from Crawford. Okay, dead ball turnover. Who can we get to kind of... Okay, Nick O'Connor. 6 minutes left. Let's bring in Charles Lake for Javon Mitchell. And let's just bring in Nick. Let's not bring in Nick yet. Let's just go with that. Okay, here we go. Charles Lake advances to Robert White. Still playing 5 out. Duplessis. Pass is taken by White. Favors with the ball. Charles Lake. Foul. Right guard is whistled for the foul. I love it. Let's keep it moving. Charles Lake will shoot 2. Hits the first. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Yeah, we Gucci. Let's go, son. Boom. Nails them both. We're up 2 again. Charles Lake leads the way with 8 points. Jerron Duplessis with 7. Gotta watch Crawford. George guarding him. Passes in the seats, folks. Another turnover by Crawford. His third. Wow. We're going to get Nick O'Connor a breather here. Charles George, or Charles Lake, Duplessis. Robert White gets the ball, running 5 out. Charles Lake. George for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Waylon George with a big basket for us. And the pass intended for Fortson was knocked out of bounds. Dead ball. We have a little bit of momentum now. I'm going to ride this unit a little bit. Jerron Duplessis with his second steal. Ahead to Charles Lake. Waylon George. Right guard, another foul. Second foul on him. They are fouling so much. And that's what's keeping us in this thing right now. Shooting 2. Charles Lake does not miss. 5 for 5. Yeah, just keep it moving. We're up 6, our biggest lead of the night. I think that's 7. Oh, Jerron Duplessis with his third steal. Great pass. And Jerron Duplessis to Waylon George. Duplessis with the assist. Waylon George getting hot. We're up 7. Foul by George. Crawford misses the shot. As for defensive matchups, Antonio Crawford, can we have Robert White guard him? And Waylon George, Ryan McIntyre, power forward, Deion Thomas. Oh, they have a big lineup out there, so Robert White has to guard Deion Thomas. So let's make this just Waylon George, I guess. They're going to shoot 2. Let's just keep playing through it. Antonio Crawford has 7. We'll bring Nick in the next dead ball situation. We're up 7. Next dead ball after that one, just there. Charles Lake to Waylon George, who's been hot. Over to Lake. Like the 5 out look. Charles Lake for 3. Beautiful outside shot. We're up by our biggest lead of the night of 10. Thomas inside, guarded by White, looking to take his man to the basket. Gets his own offensive board. And finishes with a huge dunk. We still have the momentum, though. Here comes Lake. Robert White. Love how we're playing right now. White for 3. The rare 3 by White is off the mark. Here's Fortson. Fortson puts up a 3 and nails it. Cuts the lead to 5. Comes Charles Lake. Robert White. White again shoots. He's off the mark. Charles Lake with the offensive board. And he's blocked by Deion Thomas. Now they have some momentum. Ryan McIntyre. Waylon George with the steal. And we're pushing Charles Lake. George lobbed it to Charles Lake. That is crazy. We are playing so free and good right now. It's amazing. We're up 7. Fortson misses. Stephen Favors his first rebound. It's Charles Lake. Waylon George. George lets a 3 go. He's got 10 points off the bench. This lineup is cruising right now. I absolutely love it. Fortson looking to take his man to the basket. Says he moved his pivot foot. They turn it over again. They're 8th. We've only turned it over 1 time. We have 5 steals. We are being out-rebounded, but hot dang. We are cooking. Let's get Nick in for the last 2 minutes. Oh, wow. Dudes are tired. Nick, they've got 2 fouls. Javon Mitchell. Whoops. Let's get Javon Mitchell in. Maybe move White. Maybe even get Doug Price in for the last 252. He's fresh. And let's motivate the team, entire team. Praise. Not really responding. Let's choose to run. Well, first we got to make our subs, but then we'll run a pick and roll with Charles Lake and Nick O'Connor. So let's run it. Charles Lake gets the inbound pass. Lake shoots. Oh my goodness, he's got 17. How'd he get that one to go? Says the ticker. Another 3. We're up 12. Was that a 3 or a 2? Oh, Crawford answers. Here we come. Lakes brings the ball. Pass taken by Price. Stephen Favors out at the top of the key. Pass taken by Mitchell. Mitchell at the 2. Mitchell lets one go. It's rebounded by Crawford, who's balling. Fortson with the ball. Guarded by Mitchell. Riek is back in, guarded by O'Connor. O'Connor's charged with the foul. It's number 1 on him. We're in the bonus. Oh, man. Oh, he missed it. They got the offensive board, though. Anthony Crawford, offensive rebound. They have Granville back out there. Riek scores his first 2 of the game. We've got to be careful here. They've got their starters back in. We're up 8. Javon Mitchell takes a shot and knocks it down for 3 from the corner. Javon Mitchell getting into the action. Fortson. Got to watch Antonio Crawford guarded by Dougie Price. James Dawson guarded by Favors. To Ryan Granville. Good defense. Let's work the ref a little. Ignored me. Oh, but they called a foul on that shot. Charles Lake has 2 fouls, and he needs a breather. So let's get oh boy. Last minute 26, we'll put Brandon Freeman out there. We'll put Mitchell at point guard. We'll put Dougie Price at the 2. And oh wait, Joel Boone. Boom. Let's try this lineup. So Boone plays point. Javon Mitchell moves to the 2. Dougie Price at the 3. Brandon Freeman at the 4 and O'Connor at the 5. Let's roll, son. Fresh legs for this last minute. An important minute in the game for show. And try to extend the lead. All right, let's go, guys. Comes Joel Boone to Brandon Freeman. Doug Price. To Joel Boone. O'Connor down low. To Doug Price in the corner. Takes him to the basket. Misses. Brandon Freeman, the offensive rebound. That was nice. Pass deflected out of bounds. Keep everything the same. Price catches the pass. We're up 9. Price shoots and hits a 3 for Doug Price. We're up 12. McIntyre with the ball. We are having a great first half. Hogan with the catch. Hogan attempts to drive off the rim, gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and Price comes away with the board. Outlets to Joel Boone. Joel Boone running. Pass taken by Mitchell on the wing. Mitchell lets one go. Deion Thomas with the 6th rebound. Outlet pass to Arnold. Arnold. Here comes Ken Hogan. Foul. Ken Hogan commits the offensive foul. I love it now. Let's see, there's 18 seconds left. We can put out a lineup that is very good offensively. Let's see. That lineup is pretty good, though. Yeah, let's just roll with it for the last 18 seconds. I was going to put out, like, my starters, but it's all good. Javon Mitchell. Up the wing. Lets one go. Misses. Deion Thomas, another rebound. We're up 12. Final seconds of the first half. Pass is taken by DeLorde. For McIntyre with the ball. Shoots off the glass, and Nick O'Connor grabs the board to end the first half. 47-35 over High Point. End of the first half. Charles Lake with 17 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. It has been crazy out there, son. Charles Lake in 15 minutes, 17 points. We're plus 12 with him. Duplessis has 7. 4 for Tim Jones to go along with 2 rebounds. 5 rebounds for Nick O'Connor. An assist. Only 2 points, but he's playing well. We're still plus 3 with him. Waylon George was crazy off the bench. 10 points, including 2 threes. 2 assists, a rebound, a steal, filling up the stat sheet. And Doug Price had a 3 as well. And 4 points for Javon Mitchell. For them, 7 points for Deion Thomas off the bench. Fortson has 9. Granville held to 5. Crawford doing his thing at 10 points with 6 boards. So far, we're holding them in check. They have a few more second chance points than us, 9-3. We have 4 fast break points, points in the paint even. All right, cool. Let's return to the game. Timeout. So let's get our starters out there. Oops. Jerome Duplessis, Charles Lake, and our starter 3 right there. We'll go with that. Keep running the 5 out. No, let's switch back to Princeton. Slow down the pace just a little tad. Offensive freedom. We can look for 3s with this lineup. Jerome Duplessis and Charles Lake. Defensively, keep it up. Defensive crash boards a little bit more. Maybe turn them full court a little bit. And let's roll. Granville with the ball. Let's start the second half. Down 12, High Point. Going to try to get their big 2 going. Crawford. Back to Granville, playing a 2-man game here. Pass taken by Crawford. Good defense, guys. Granville to Fortson. Guarded by Duplessis. Fortson shoots, and Nick O'Connor grabs the board. Charles Lake. Nick O'Connor running the Princeton offense. Tim Jones, who's got himself a pair of baskets, takes a shot and hits the outside jumper. Assist to Nick O'Connor. Highest lead of the game, 14. Fortson with the ball. White guarding Crawford. That's a good matchup. Duplessis on Fortson. Fortson with a nice crossover and lays it in for an easy bucket. Down 12. High Point's down 12. We're up 12. White with the ball. Tim Jones has been feeling it. Duplessis. They're in a 2-3 zone. Duplessis for 3. He's in double digits with 10. Biggest lead of the night of 15. Here's Crawford, guarded by White. Riek down low, guarded by O'Connor. Back to Crawford. Crawford trying to go to the hole. Missed, and Robert White gets his first rebound. Passes it to Charles Lake. Nick O'Connor receives the pass down low. Not looking to shoot. Nick O'Connor. Tim Jones dishes to White. Jones catches the pass. Robert White. See if we can get Nick a touch here. James Dawson picks off the pass from White. And Will Riek throws down a jam to cut the lead to 13. Charles Lake to Tim Jones down low. Pass taken by White. White puts up a rare jumper and hits. Not really looking to score, more of a defensive-minded player. Pass taken by Crawford. Crawford attempts to drive on White. Oh, White commits the foul. It's a two-shot foul. It's his second foul. All right. We good. Antonio Crawford hits the first and hits the second. And they're in a 2-3 zone again. We're running Princeton, looking for threes. For Charles Lake, attempts to drive to the basket. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the offense. Let's work the ref a little. Tim Jones was working the ref. Okay, no biggie. Full court press. Granville, pass for Fortson was knocked out of bounds. Is it our ball? No, their ball. Granville to Crawford again, guarded by White. He's doing a good job. James Dawson. Back to Granville. Pass taken by Dawson. Fouled by White again. Dawson's shot bounces in and out, but... Oh no, Tim Jones. That's his third foul. We have to get Tim Jones out of there, so let's get Nick O'Connor. Robert White, and we'll bring in... First one off the bench will be... Waylon George, but how is this going to work? He's going to come in for Jones. Duplessis, how tall are these guys again? Duplessis, I think, is 6'2". Javon Mitchell, 6'4". Duplessis is 6 foot even. He's the small one. And Waylon George is 6'2". Okay. And under 200 pounds. Where Javon Mitchell is 6'4", 195. But that's fine. Duplessis can play the shooting guard. And we'll put Waylon George at the 3. See how that works out. This is the second. James Dawson. Oh, we got the defensive rebound by Nick O'Connor. It's Charles Lake. Lake shoots it off to White. Nick O'Connor on the block. Granville picked off the bad pass. Wilrick attempts to drive up and missed it badly, and it's knocked out of bounds by the offense. Okay, very good. They're in man-to-man. Lake at the top of the key to Jerron Duplessis. Attempts to drive to the basket. It's called for a traveling violation. Okay. Not starting the half super well, but we're maintaining the 13-point lead. I might take a 30-second timeout. If they score here. Rhea catches the pass. Fortson. Pass taken by Granville. James Dawson. We're playing good defense. Fortson with the ball. Guarded by Duplessis. Fortson shook the defense with a nasty cross. Can't get it to go, but Wilrick offensive board. Back to Dawson. Riek with the ball. We have to rebound with this unit. Riek attempts to drive. Up and off the mark, and Robert White grabs the board. Outlets it over to Charles Lake. To Jerron Duplessis. Charles Lake at the top. Lake puts up a shot and misses. Fortson grabs the board. Let's go back to 5 out. Fortson with the pass. Wilrick. Pass taken by Dawson, guarded by Nick. Riek with the ball, guarded by White. He's got the size advantage. Crawford with the ball, guarded by George. Fortson, we're playing good D. Let's work the ref. Oh, considers the complaint. Dawson with the ball. Ryan Granville with the pass. Great defense. They're down to 6 on the shot clock. Pass taken by Fortson. 3, 2. Puts up a shot. Oh, he knocked it down. White with the ball. I was going to call a little 30-second timeout. Taken by Lake. Robert White gets a pass. We're good, though. We're up 11. Nick O'Connor. Let's see if he tries to create some offense. Waylon George in the corner. Works the defense with some nice ball handling, but can't get it to go. Going to work the ref. Warned me. We need a 20-second timeout, though. Pass taken by Crawford. They have a little momentum. Granville. James Dawson. Pass taken by Rick on the outside. Back to Granville. We're stifling them. Rick with the ball. Foul, and the shot didn't go, but Robert White picks up his third. So we're going to bring in Ivan Carroll, who hasn't done much, but shot is up and out for Will Rick. Missed the second. O'Connor with the board. I won't call a 30-second timeout just yet. Lake with the ball. Dawson steps in and steals from Lake. Okay, we need a 30-second timeout. All right, we're up 9. Antonio Crawford made the dunk after James Dawson stole the pass from Charles Lake. Okay, we've got a good lineup out there. I want to motivate the team. Entire team. Let's show a little concern. Not responding. Okay, we want to run a 3-pointer with Charles Lake handling, and we'll get Waylon George try to make a 3. I should set something more attacking the rim or something, but I'm kind of wild like that. Waylon George shoots the 3, and it works from downtown. Bang! He's 3 for 4 from downtown. Michael Fortson, guarded by... I didn't see who was guarded by there. Antonio Crawford, guarded by George. Playing good defense. Duplessis on Fortson. Fortson puts up a shot and nails it. He's got 15. So their starters starting to come alive. Michael Fortson, Antonio Crawford. Here's Nick. Connor's pass was stolen by Dawson. Oh my gosh, we're up 8. I'm going to work the ref. The pass is in the seats, folks. Wow, we are going to work the ref again. Referee considers the complaint. Guys. Oh my gosh. I don't know really what changes we can make. Javon Mitchell. Let's get Javon Mitchell in there for Lake. And we'll try to get a boost off the bench from Steven Favors. All right, let's roll. Full court man-to-man. Fortson brings it across. Foul. Duplessis whistled for the foul. That's number 1 on him. Worked the ref. We got warned. They have no fouls this half. High port to Fortson. Alford arguing with the ref. Dawson gets the pass, guarded by Favors. Antonio Crawford guarded by George. Dawson with the ball. Favors. Dawson misses, gets the offensive rebound, puts it up and in, and it's a 6-point game. And they have all the momentum right now. Javon Mitchell to George. Duplessis with the ball, running 5 out. Foul, James Dawson, that's his 3rd. Nice. We'll take it. Need a basket here. We're up 6. Our lead is shrinking. Duplessis. Waylon George with the ball. Duplessis. Pass taken by George. Javon Mitchell. Come on, guys. Stephen Favors. Duplessis with the ball. 3, 2, 1. Foul. And Duplessis wishes he could have that one back. Nice. Well done, guys. Well done. We still have one timeout, 132nd. Duplessis nails it from the line. Let's keep it up with this unit. Let's go. We're up 8. Duplessis has 12. Alford. Fortson receives the pass. Crawford with the ball. I don't know what confront ref means. This probably gets me thrown out of the game. Alford attacks the rim. And soft finish around the rim for Deshaun Alford. 6-point game. Duplessis. Javon Mitchell. I'm going to work the ref a little because Ivan Carroll was arguing. Duplessis to Mitchell. Stolen by Antonio Crawford. Outlet pass to Alford. Fortson with the ball. Antonio Crawford. Puts it on the floor. Fouled by Waylon George. Oh my gosh, guys. They're coming back hard. Hits the first. We need Nick back out there. As he hits both of them. Let's go. Charles Lake is going to get back in there too. Javon Mitchell. Still playing 5 out. Duplessis. Waylon George. Puts it on the floor. Fouled. A little too strong. That's cool though. Let's get Charles Lake in there for Duplessis. Nice. Waylon George nails the free throw. He's playing awesomely. Also on defense, he's playing awesomely. Let's go. 61-55. Let's crash those defensive boards. Norris Fortson. Oh, I got warned. 3 by Fortson is good, cutting the lead to just a single possession. It's 3-point lead. They're back into a 2-3 zone. Pass taken by Favors. Charles Lake. Lake lets one go. Miss. Fortson with the board. Guarded by Mitchell. Antonio Crawford. Crawford looking to take George. George with another foul. Crawford wishes could have it back. 3 fouls on George. We're going to leave him out there. Let's get Tim Jones back in too for Favors. As he hits the first. And hits the second. Come on, guys. We're only up 1 now. We've seen it all drop away. Nick O'Connor just not being aggressive offensively. Pass taken by George. They have some serious momentum. Mitchell. O'Connor. Come on, man. Make a move. Charles Lake. Javon Mitchell. Nobody wants to shoot. What happened? Javon Mitchell throws a terrible pass over the head of O'Connor. We have the chance to lose the lead now. Manuel Jarrett. Guarded by Stephen Jones. We're playing a terrible second half stretch here. Lake. Here's Jarrett in the post. Puts up a shot. Missed. Riek, another offensive rebound and putback. They take the lead. We are not grabbing the boards. Defense, guys. We have to grab the boards. Play them full court. Play with more intensity. We're down 1. Here's O'Connor. Pass taken by Mitchell. Jones with the ball. Foul. Antonio Crawford, number 1 on him. Let's try to go back to flex, which we had some success with. I still want to give my guys freedom and pace. Turn down the boards a little bit. Come on, guys. It's a big game here, non-conference. Mitchell, Waylon George. In the corner, pass taken by Lake. We're looking for threes. George with the ball. George shoots and drains the triple. 18 points. Charles Lake with the assist. We're back up 2. And that stalls their momentum a little bit. Foul, Javon Mitchell, number 2 on him. Let me work the ref a little. Ref considers the complaint. They're at the line. Let me get... Robert White has 3 fouls. Let's get White back in there. As he hits both. All right, let's roll. Mitchell, White with the ball. Charles Lake. Waylon George in the corner. Tim Jones gets the pass. 2-man game. Back to Waylon George. Javon Mitchell. Lake catches the pass. Nobody really looking to score. Javon Mitchell again. He's on the wing. Tim Jones. Are we looking for too many threes? Maybe. But that's my style. Lake with the ball. Misses the 3. They've got a fast break opportunity. We get back. Ken Hogan with the ball. Delord with the ball. Let's maybe stop looking for so many threes. I am going to change my strategy a little bit. I know that's my main strategy. Ryan Granville kicked out of bounds. A kicked ball. Game is tied at 64. It's a nail biter. Jarrett with the ball. Puts up a shot. Another offensive board. His own board. Missed. Knocked out of bounds by the offense. We still have a full timeout and a 30-second. All right, let's play. Let's go, guys. Javon Mitchell's been quiet, even though playing a lot of time. He's been good defensively. Waylon George to Mitchell. We're running the flex. Not looking for threes. Mitchell goes to the rim. That is what we needed. Attacking the rim. So let's not look for threes as much. I might have to consider that in future games as well. Delord catches the pass. Foul. Misses the shot. A bunch of our guys have 3 fouls. Let's motivate the entire team. Praise them. Not responding. Delord shooting 2. He could tie it up here. Misses. They get the offensive rebound. Foul and 1. Thomas. They are destroying us on the boards, man. I'm going to go with the Twin Tower setup. I'm going to get Lake a breather. We're going to go with the Twin Towers of Robert White. We're going to run this lineup right here. And run the flex with it. Deion Thomas makes it. They're up 2. Lead changes again. Here comes Javon Mitchell. George with the ball. We still favor the outside. Pass taken by White. Running the flex. Mitchell with it. Scored the last bucket. Waylon George. Pass taken by Javon Mitchell. Looks like he might have a 3 there. Tim Jones. Stephen Favors. Well, everybody touching it. Let's get someone to shoot it. Pass taken by Favors. I'm going to work the ref. Ignored me. Tim Jones, Robert White. Someone shoot it. 3. Waylon George, 1. Waylon George takes a shot. Sweet string music. First 20-point game of the night for Waylon, or 20-point game of the year for Waylon George. And it's a tied game. They don't have their big guys out there. Well, they have Granville out there, but he's been super quiet. Guarded by Mitchell. Warns D. Thomas. Referee shot is missed. Another offensive rebound. We cannot rebound with these guys. They're killing us. Daniel Jarrett's 1 for 9. Probably with 9 offensive freaking rebounds. Let's work the ref. Nice. Who just scored? Stephen Favors? I missed that. I was working the ref. Granville from downtown. Now they're up 3. Tron Mitchell, Ryan Granville picks it off and goes the distance. Puts it down to Delord, and they're up 5. We need a full timeout. Full timeout. Show concern. Not responding. I know this isn't like a traditional lineup. We got to get Nick back out there, so we might roll with Nick at the 3. I mean, come on. We got to do what we got to do. And where's Duplessis? Duplessis. George is having a big game. So is Lake. Okay, we got to get... Tim Jones has to take a break. So Nick can go to the 4. Whoops. Nick can go to the 4. Duplessis can go to the 3. Actually, George can go to the 3 for Duplessis. That's our money lineup right there. We're going to run a play. We're going to run a 3-pointer. Charles Lake guarding or dribbling. Get it to Waylon George. Come on, guys. Let's go. Inbounds the ball to Waylon George. Puts it up from downtown. Good look, but did not get it to drop. Ryan Granville the board. He's rolling with it. Jarrett with the ball. We had a little bit of motivation there, or momentum. But now it's kind of collapsing again. Foul, and the basket's good. We're down 7. Oh, man. And then we're down 8. We've got to look for some threes. Lake to Duplessis. Let's see if Duplessis can get back on track. Takes a shot and nails it. Big 3. Big 3. I'm putting up defensive crash boards all the way. Intensity up a little bit. Knocked out of bounds. Deflected out of bounds. Dead ball. George needs a breather. I don't know if he's going to get one, though. Crawford with the ball. Got to ride the hot hand. Will Riek. O'Connor with the foul, and it's good. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's get... I'm going to go for the shocker and put Dougie Price in there, see if he can hit a 3 or 2. Ulrich knocks it down. We're down 8. We still have a 30-second timeout to run a play. Charles Lake gets it to Nick O'Connor. He tries to bust a move. Stephen Favors. Someone has to be offensive-minded. Doug Price. Steal from Doug Price. And here they go, running the break. Price gets back, guarding Antonio Crawford. Michael Fortson takes a shot. Duplessis with a rare rebound. Passes it over to Charles Lake. Pass taken by Duplessis. Duplessis shoots and misses it. I'm going to work the ref. I get warned. Sean Alford, Michael Fortson. Fortson lets it go. Nothing but the bottom of the net. His first 20-point game, and they're up 11. We saw a complete turnaround the second half. Complete turnaround. We were up as much as 15. And they came back. Lake lets one go. I think it's just about all from over from now, but they got in early foul trouble, but they kind of settled the storm after that. And It just went all their way in the second half. So we're going to fall to 1 and 2. We have to worry about conference play. I don't know. Well, let's see here. Price with the ball. See if someone can make something happen. O'Connor. Pass taken by Lake. Charles Lake puts it on the floor. He's fouled. The shot rattles out. So it's not over yet. But let's give guys a bunch of offensive freedom. Run the 5 out and heavy outside. And take a 30-second timeout after this. Get our guys a little breather. Tim Jones. Lake to Pleases. We got to get George out there. And we'll roll with that lineup. Matchups. Get Tim Jones guarding Riek. Antonio Crawford, Waylon George. You did a good job on him. Nick O'Connor. Okay. Defensively, we need full intensity. We need to play full court. Let's go. Charles Lake shooting 2. Oh, and he misses one now after being so perfect from the line. Hits the second. We're down 10. For some reason, we didn't pick them up full court there. We have no timeouts left. At least I used my timeouts right this game. Fortson. They still have plenty of timeouts. Fortson for 3. Charles Lake. We're running the 5 out. Heavy outside, looking for 3s. Nick O'Connor. Nick O'Connor just not looking offensively. Lake misses. Jerron Duplessis with a rare offensive rebound. Nick just not looking to be offensive since that first game. I don't know what it is. Jones with a nice crossover, and he's got 8. That's a season high for Tim Jones. We're now down 11. Here comes Granville. 3 minutes left. It would take about half of a miracle or so. Riek, kicked by the defender. This is the lineup we're just going to roll with. I know Lake's tired. He's done a fantastic job. He had 17 in the first half. Defensive foul on Lake. He's had 1 point in the second half. That free throw he just made. That is crazy. That's college basketball, though. Very well simulated. Charles Lake, the outlet pass. Waylon George with the ball. Going to attack the rim. Jumper's good. He's got 22. Waylon George played a heck of a game. But it just wasn't enough. We got nothing from Nick except some rebounds and defense. But our defense keeps giving up big pointage in the games. Like, we gave up 88 points. They started shooting better. They were at 20% when they were down 15. They're now at 43%. They got a ton of free throws. Oh, Tim Jones with the steal to Charles Lake. Now we have a little momentum. Tim Jones again. Duplessis. Charles Lake gets the pass. See if we can maybe... Charles Lake from behind the arc. First 20-point game for him. Oh, they listened to Fortson there. Fortson with the ball. We're down 7. A stop here. Riek, a beautiful move on the defense and a strong jam. We'll work the ref. Ignored. Pass is taken by O'Connor. We're down 9, under 2 minutes. We need about a miracle. Lake to O'Connor. Work the ref again. I was warned. Waylon George. Jones with the ball. Come on, guys. We need something to happen here. Charles Lake. Getting ready to make his move off the dribble. Does not score. Antonio Crawford with the board. That should about do it. Maybe with a stop here. Referee warns the coach. Antonio Crawford. Yeah, it's all but about over. He attacks the rim. Shots off the mark, but the foul on Waylon George. I mean, It's all but over. Missed. We get the rebound. Charles Lake. Nick O'Connor. Fouled. Pass intended for Duplessis. Kicked by the defender. These guys are so dead tired, but I'm going to run Nick O'Connor with 4 guards. I'm threatening injuries here, but guys are dead tired. Waylon George takes a shot, hits another 3 ball. Waylon George, 5 of 7 from downtown. We're down 7. We have some momentum. Duplessis with his 4th steal. Wait a minute. Javon Mitchell. We're down 5. We're down 5. Ryan Granville. Do we intentionally foul yet? They're running out the clock. What happened? Foul. Lake is whistled. That's number 5 on him. Okay, so he took the foul. You know what? I'm going to throw Joel Boone out there. They make the shot. We're down 6 with 33 seconds left. They miss. We get the rebound. Guys, our pace has to be extensive. What happened? Pass was deflected out of bounds. Dead ball. Come on, guys. We're down 6 with 25 seconds left. Joel Boone. Charles Lake has fouled out. Duplessis with the ball. Don't know what happened there. Duplessis was a little short on it. Oh, that'll do it. Don't bother now. Down 6. Well, there's 13 seconds left. Missed. Mitchell with the rebound. 7. 3 seconds left. Brick. We lose by 6. Good effort, though, at the end there to bring it back a little bit. But, guys, they destroyed us on the boards, beat us by 9. It was a pretty close game, though. I mean, we did all right, 12 of 32 from downtown. They killed us at the foul lines, 26 of 38. It's a ton of foul shots. Fortin, Crawford, Granville, the usual suspects. Granville was quiet, but wasn't enough. They had 18. That's where they won. Second chance points to R5 and 30 points in the paint to R12. We should have maybe dropped into a 2-3 at some point. Waylon George with a huge 25. 21 for Lake, 15 for Duplessis. And look at everybody else. 8 for Mitchell, 8 for Jones, 2 for Nick O'Connor again, 2 for Robert White, 2 for Stephen Favors, 3 for Dougie Price. We got to figure something out going forward. Tough fought game, but look at that second half. We were up by 12, by as many as 15. Lost by that. All right, so I want to thank you guys for joining me, though. I hope you enjoyed. It was fun, especially there at the end where we had a little mini comeback. We're going to check out more from around the league and stuff next time. As you can see down here, there's some interesting stuff. And we're going to get ready for our next game. So, yeah, thanks for watching. There's going to be some losses. It's all good. It's fun either way. But hopefully some wins in there, too. We'll see how it goes. So I invite you to come back next time, guys. More fun to be had. And I'll see you then. So I'm going to save. I guess I lost my voice from talking so much, but appreciate you guys. Until next time, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. We'll tinker with some things going into the next game and try to figure something out. Maybe putting Waylon George into the starting lineup at the 3 position because he really held his ground there. But, you know, Fortin did go off, as did Crawford there in the second half on Waylon George. We'll have to check some defensive plus and minus stats. I hope they're not giving me any trouble here with the league. Come on, game. I know you sometimes take a while, but come on, game. Yeah, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. We're going to let this save, I hope it works. Hmm. Come on. Sometimes it takes a while. Game, don't do this to me. Don't do it to me. It's all good, guys. I'm sure it'll go in a second here. But I'm going to end the video, and hopefully next time we pick up from there. So again, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy, and catch you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.